dear monks or nuns, and the rest of the assembly. Now is the noontime. It's the time for the instructional talk about the practice. Today is for the meditation method. We always put in the practice. So the master Sri Yin mentioned the Huato method is actually this is considered inflow, the thought of inflow, and it's actually leave behind the one thought of ignorance. So on the practice, we not try to avoid anything. We not try to go into the deep forest, go into the quiet place. The practice for us as a practitioner, we can practice anywhere, everywhere, any circumstances. So the practice, we need to get familiar with the practice. So when we're talking about 1 week of retreat, that's not it. Like after one week of retreat, then we stop the practice. That's not it. So after the practice, after the retreat, anytime we need to put the practice forward, maintain the practice. And we maintain the practice until we finish, we get to the final state. So one of the master, Dong Feng, mentioned about the 3 months of retreat. It's like when we bring forth the practice, it's not just 3 months or a certain period of time. We put the practice forward, keep the practice going until we're done. So when we bring forth the mind to practice, then we need to believe in our own mind and try to maintain the practice. To give everyone has a responsibility, has many tasks to do. So like when if we have to practice, we perform our task, but it seems like we didn't do any task. We didn't perform any task. So when we keep the practice going, we never see any wrongdoings or shortcomings from other people. We just maintain the practice, and we just talk about our mistakes. We see our wrongdoing and shortcomings. We don't see any others wrongdoing or shortcomings. So when we keep the practice going, we get familiar with the practice, and eventually we get to the state of mind we don't see ourselves practice, and this is the state where we leave behind the duality. This is just the explanation. But because of habits, the habits that we are having, when we encounter, when we interact with difficult task or unfavorable condition, then we give rise to differentiation thoughts in our mind. So that's why we need to keep the practice going. So during the 1 week of retreat, we need to get familiar with the practice. We try to get familiar with the practice. So in theory, inflow or outflow, we understand, but But then we need to put the practice forward, maintain the practice, and then slowly we'll be able to recognize the meaning of believing in our own mind, and we'll understand, we're more clear about the practice and the in the beginning, it's considered coarse, but then slowly it will begin. It get to the state of subtle. So when we maintain the practice, we don't see any mistakes or any wrongdoing that we committed. Then we ask the good advisors, and then we make an adjustment to our practice. So even the good no advisors keep reminding us the way to practice, but we didn't make a commitment on the practice. So that's why we may not practice correctly. So the practice is always to eradicate the self. So when we see people's first shortcoming or wrongdoing, we don't react on it. So the patriarchs keep mentioning the attitude. If we use the subjective point of view, then we will see other people's wrongdoing and shortcomings. We need to have the point of view of objective. So just keep the practice going, and when we live with the community, we don't see other people's wrongdoings. We just see our mistakes, and so we can make adjustment on it, and we can correct ourselves. So it has to do with our mind. It's just the mind keep differentiate and keep give rise to a lot of thoughts. So if we keep the practice going, it's just like within a family, like a male or female, we each have responsibility. So we live, we have a way to live peacefully, harmoniously. And then we work together, and then we don't, we will not have any arguments while we work together. If we have this attitude, we have this the practice, maintain the practice. So we try to help each other, and this is about virtue. Like in the so in the worldly Dharma, they mention about helping each other, but in the Buddha Dharma, actually is much more than that. Actually, we try to become selfless, which is eradicate the self-attachment. So if we can break through this, then we'll be successful. So now it's time for sharing, time for question, anything or any sharing that you may have with your practice. Now is the time to bring it up. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. We invite Pháp Từ to Master Pháp Từ to speak. Namo Sakamuni Buddha, dear Master, all monks, all nuns, and the rest of the assembly. I would like to share is related to the practice, about my practice. So you can give me some motivation, so you can encourage me. I feel like when I'm close to you, like on Zoom, you keep reminding us like when a practitioner has a question about the practice, and you always remind that practitioner to go back to the practice, ask the question clearly. When you mention about return, go back to the practice, what you mean by clearly? So you can you define this meaning clearly? So for some of the practitioners, I feel like we usually go after the sound and form. Like an example, like action or thoughts in our mind. We keep thinking about it. So like all the knowing, like from form, feeling, perception, we keep thinking about it. If we know the practice, so if we know how to practice, then actually on form, sound, feeling, perception, actually on that we can maintain a practice. When you mention about prolong or extending the practice, like you mentioned, asking the question, at the same time try to visualize or watch. I feel like if our practice is not clearly not clear yet, if our practice is clear, then the form, the sound, this will not distract us. This will not disrupt us from the practice. So for me, example, when I sit here doing the sitting meditation with this with the assembly, in my consciousness, it has everyone. I feel like everyone is different. So during that sitting period of time, this sitting period, how do I make an adjustment? So I try to go back to the practice by asking the question. So if nothing can distract us, we just keep going back to the practice. So it doesn't matter form or sound or whatever. Um, so this has to do with the different individual. So I understand this, but I feel like my practice is not there yet. So I feel like being close to the monastery um, and participate on Zoom, I feel like this is very necessary for me. So I just want to share this with everyone. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. This is just like we present our practice. We rely on the sharing and relying on the triple truths so that our practice will be better. We'll get familiar with the familiar. If we don't rely on the triple truths, then we more likely rely on the worldly Dharma, and then uh, we will rise to all kind of thoughts, all kind of thinkings. Uh, so, so like, so there's two different mindset. Like when we remember the practice, it's like we remember, we be mindful with the Buddha Dharma, but the other side, we uh, we just stay on the worldly Dharma. So there's different. There's two sides, two different mindsets. The patriarch said, the hell has no door, but everyone try to go through that. The heavenly door is open widely, but no one try to go in there. So another patriarch has stated a verse, the true home, which is very beautiful. No one, no, uh, no competitiveness there, but no one try to. Why don't we go to that true home? So every day we try to remind everyone. So on the practice, if we still seeing mistakes from others, then it's still in the reality. So when we're talking about the practice, then we're talking about inflow, the thought of inflow, not outflow. We don't see the wrong and right, the good and bad. So it's just like uh, the good no advisors remind us, just go cook and eat, and then you get full. If we don't go cook and we don't eat, then we never get full. So if we have a mindset to differentiate, this mindset has been with us for many lives, previous lives. So if we keep differentiate, if we know how to if we recognize it and just put the practice forward, stop differentiate. So the three times, past, future, and present, the Buddhas from three times, they rely on the prajna to get to the state of enlightenment. So like whoever get enlightened and the good or no advisor, they already uh, they they keep telling us, they reminding us. It's like, so we have to do it ourselves to get full. Like whoever eat, that person get full. Nobody can eat for anybody else. Get full for eat and get full for anybody else. So on the practice, we will not have any complaints. So like bodhisattvas, like the Earth Star Bodhisattva has stated, the Earth Star Bodhisattva, the Maya Bodhisattva, each one of us has that has that mindset. So the Astar Bodhisattva is like keep going to hell to rescue beings. After the Bodhisattva has pulled us out of the hell, but then we keep going back there, and Bodhisattva keep going there to pull us out. So this is is not a complaint from the Bodhisattva, but Bodhisattva, because of living beings, the suffering. So the Bodhisattva their commitment to commitment to rescue all beings. They don't mind. They don't complain. So if we practice as a practitioner, if we cultivate right accordingly to the principle, then we'll be successful enough. So when we practice right accordingly, then we will share with our friends, with everyone. Sometimes we feel like sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we have habits that is heavier than others, but we don't even recognize. If we plant the good seed, the proper seed in our consciousness, if we keep yelling the seed, so the good seed will lead to good result. So Master likewise, he stated the practice is very simple. Just ask a question. Simply ask the question. And whenever we ask a question, there should be an answer, but there's no answer. Then that's the doubt will arise. So when we try to visualize, actually, when we ask when the doubt is there, when they talk about visualizing or watching the state, that is not it. When we ask the meaning of watching at the state or visualizing, actually the doubt is the same meaning. It's the doubt. If we have having a state of visualizing or watching a state, that is dual. That is so. There are times we may ask a question, but at the same time, the mind keep thinking about other things. So if we like this, then we have all kind of uh, uh, all kind of habits coming in, and it's also the habits of being ignorance. So Master Lakwa mentioned, keep the practice going, and if not get anywhere, keep doing it, and then eventually it will get there. So the practice, we try not to subdue anything, any habits. We're just afraid that we may not keep the practice going. We may attach to many other thoughts. And now we invite Thiền Từ to speak. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. Dear Master and all practitioners, you just mentioned the Ashtar Bodhisattva Sutra. Is within us. It's kind of related to my question. And it's really affect the practice, my practice. It seems we on the way of practice is affect us in many ways. It affects us in a way like our parent, from our parent. So when we become like this, it has to do with our parent. I study with psychology, so it's kind of related to the some kind of mentality with the bodhisattva, the Ashtar Bodhisattva. The seed is very deep, very thick, and so the action, the behavior that we have, and become a habit. So when we practice or we became a monastic, so the habits still coming in, like myself. It's related to my childhood, Rama. When I was young, I don't have. I felt like I don't have any attention from my parent, so I became like I want to to be like a violent, like and then I become like Guli is like, and they call me Guli. My nickname is Guli. Guli. So it has the bad and the good. So when become a monastic, and I feel like this Guli is like hard, kind of hard-headed. So it has some good and bad in this. So like when you mentioned about the Bodhisattva coming coming in, help us out, pull us out, and keep coming back. So when we're talking about the monastic life in the environment, in a monastic, so my question, how can we rescue, try to help that individual so that individual can overcome? So we live in a community. It's like together we try to help that individual to overcome the hell environment. I realized that I need to go back to my practice, but besides this, we need to support, to help that practitioner, just like myself. So if I want to get out of the darkness, and to walk on the cultivation path uh, uh, firmly. So can you give some kind of explanation of give advice so that we can understand better? The terminology, Earth Star Bodhisattva, we're talking about earth. It's like thick. Earth like ground, like earth. It's very special. So it doesn't matter we throw like trash or whatever we throw on the earth. The earth never complain. So like in the earth, it has all kind of resources, but we keep digging and try to get them all out, and it doesn't have time to regenerate. So, but the earth never complains. So because of our consciousness, because of our attachment, our ignorance, so our mind is just like the earth. It can bear, uh, and if we can bear, then we can grow. But because of our self attachment and habits, we never be able um, to withstand any withstand all obstacles like the earth. We don't accept ourselves as being like the earth, our mind, even though when we get to this the state of mind, like the Bodhisattva, they don't want any living being to suffer, and they always extend their arms to help, to rescue, to try to cross all the living beings. If we have the mindset, conduct, and study the proper Dharma, then we try to act just like the Bodhisattva. But for ourselves, whenever we encounter difficult tasks or anything that is not favorable, then they affect us, and we react on it, and we create suffering and affliction for ourselves. So a lot of times, because of our ignorance, we don't recognize, like our parent, they love us all the time, but sometimes we think that they don't pay any attention to us. They don't uh, uh, try to take care of us. It's like the mountain and rivers or the ocean. Uh, they don't try to distract us. It has to do with our mind. We cannot. It has to do with the self attachment. So parent, they always love the kids. So when they react like yelling or scolding, they just want the children to be better, to be obedient, to become a better person. Uh, some parents they just try to encourage their kid by kindly talking in a way that is friendly speech. They use friendly speech to talk to their kids. So so sometimes because of the self attachment, and sometimes so we have the bodhisattva's mind. It doesn't matter good or bad, difficult or easy. We can overcome. So the experience that we are having is to ask the question. It's like within the family. So like the dad or the mom or the kid, uh, it's like each person has the patient, the the mind to bear, uh, and everything will be okay. So on the practice, if we know how to practice, then we'll be able to eradicate all obstacles, not just in this life, but previous lives as well. So, like a person who owed a parent from the past life, so because we owe them, so in this life we try to pay back, but sometimes when we try to pay, we try to the best to pay, uh, but we're not satisfied the way that they treat us. So, so the Buddha mentioned sometimes the enemy turn into the loved ones in this life, but sometimes the loved ones in past turn into the enemy this time, this life. So, so like a story about Asate. Asate is like the son of Teng Basala, because Teng Basala, the dad, killed this cultivator, and this cultivator has the mindset uh, to tattoo is like to do the bad thing to go back into. So he became Teng Basala's son, and then so this is a story about Teng Basala and Asate, which is the father and son, has to do with the previous life. So because the dad killed the son when he was a cultivator, and the son tried to harm him when he became the son. He tried to harm him, and it's like it's actually from previous life. Uh, from the life that they become father and son actually is enemy because of what has been done in the past. So sometimes we have a thought that we think is right, but this has to do with self-attachment too. So just go back to the practice. So there's another story about being a filial. Đăng is the guy who's very being filial to the mother. So in his previous life, he was disobedient to the parent. So the story about he was very disobedient to the parent, and everyone keeps saying that that's the disobedient guy from that family. So then one time when he saw the bird and the bird's parent tried to feed the kids, and when he see this, and he felt ashamed, like another animal, like the deer, like the calf, the deer calf. When they try to drink the milk from the mom, they kneel down. So that one time, after all this incident, he wanted to be obedient to the mom. So when he tried to try to go back and try to be obedient to the mom, and the mom really afraid. She thought that, oh, he gonna beat me up. So she tried to run away, and then uh, somehow she fell to a deep well, and she died. And then she keep pulling, try to find his mom, and then keep doing it, and then couldn't find the body. But then after a while, he pulled up a piece of log, and then he wrote his mom and dad on that log, and he paid respect on this log, and tried to he just imagining that his parents still alive, and he tried everything he can to pay back, try to be filial to the parent. So that one time, so when Đăng was away, his wife somehow she accidentally hit the piece of log, and that piece of log is bleeding, and she waited until her husband came home to tell him about it. So this is a story about this guy, the son, that he is very being filial to the parent. So what he tried to say, the master tried to say here, the cause and effect is not just within this life, but it's actually happening in many lives, previous lives. So another story, the son really want to leave home, to become a monastic. So in this and the mom always want him to stay within the monastic so that he can get enlightenment. So when he become enlightenment, he really want to pay back his mom. So the time is up. Time for lunch. So